Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for you.
It's not good.
You're listening to episode 62. Finally, am I right? This is Buffer Buddies, and we're watching Animal House. And I'm Jared from UpDownLeftDie.
I'm not Tiffany from UpDownLeftDie. I'm aranyaexumai.
I'm Nick.
This is John Schwartzwelder.
And Recipes 120, or Recipes 420, Rest in Peace 120, Italian Tasty Hot Fresh Delicious Pizza, like 20 more names.
You can't just do that. You can't just shorten it. And I'm this name. I have a lot of names. It's really funny when I say them all out loud.
You gotta Khaleesi it and just say it every single time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So
let's do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit play on this movie because we're starting real late and we need to go.
Yes.
I do want to address you guys. I was going to put out this as a mini episode, but I couldn't because of the issue that I'm about to talk about. The reason why our podcasts lately have been kind of flaky and kind of missing, one, I've been having some audio issues. I hopefully have fixed this episode. If you're listening to it, thank you. I actually did get it kind of fixed, at least for this episode, and that's good. The other issue is this podcast is a community effort that's built up around like you listeners possibly joining in or whatever, and it so happens that makes it hard to record because it requires people to show up. So sometimes when people aren't able to make it because of various reasons and it all happens at once, we aren't able to record. So just if you are listening to this, just keep that in mind that sometimes we're not able to record, and you may want to help out by joining in. And you can do that and find out more about the podcast by going to bufferbuddies.com. That's all the information. I always try to put up the next event on there so you could RSVP on Facebook, but of course just join our Discord and you'll get all the information you need if you want to any of that information. But yeah, that's kind of how that works, and that's kind of why the podcast is a little bit flaky. I try my hardest. I'm kind of the only one that can record it, and I try my best to record it every week, but sometimes this stuff comes up. Some of the other things that are going to happen is a TwitchCon is going to be at the end of October, so that will also be obviously an episode that we miss, and maybe a few here and there. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys that update. Wow, this is a really long intro for this movie. Does anyone have any?
It was back in the 80s.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know this movie was that old. I thought for some reason I thought it was like 80 early. Wait, what is this? 70 something? 78. See, I thought this was like late 80s, maybe 90s. I didn't know it was this old.
It's also a pretty good movie.
I heard. It's one of those things I've heard a lot about it, and I've never seen it myself. So I'm kind of excited, I guess.
It's like when you think of the actor John Belushi, this is like the movie you think of.
Oh. That's right.
This is like his magnum opus.
Is that's Jim Belushi's brother, right?
This is Jim Belushi, and then you're thinking of John Belushi.
I thought you said John Belushi.
All right. No, yeah, you're right. Right. This is John Belushi. Jim is the one that's living.
No, wait. I think that's wrong. Okay, anyways, whatever. I don't know enough about those two.
Who the heck is Jim Belushi?
He had his own show. I only know him because he had his own show, his own sitcom. That's all I know him from.
Never heard of that name in my life.
Yeah, Jim Belushi has this sitcom. What was it called?
The sitcom was something Jim, something it was his name.
What was it?
It's called Jim Belushi.
I want to say it's something like that. But does anyone have any snacks?
I've got some grapes and some strawberries.
I got a beer.
Strawberries. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I had a bowl of these popcorn chips that were jalapeno flavored, but now they're all gone.
Oh, nice. That sounds good though.
Okay, I found it.
Oh, just a note to listeners. Oh, go ahead.
Jim Belushi had a sitcom on ABC called According to Jim.
Yeah, there you go.
It was okay.
I was whatever. It's sitcom,
Yeah.
But that's all I know him from. I never really knew him before that because
He's also a blues musician. Right. He plays the harmonica and stuff, but he's just like a really B-rated Belushi.
He would play that on the show every once in a while, which was always a weird thing. Because I always hate that because did that character actually know? No, you just wrote it in because you could play it. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, he wants to show off.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a real blues guy too, like my brother that died.
Yeah. My snack is I'm special because I have fudge that Julia, from Julia's Junk previously on these episodes, she made and brought, or she came to America to visit. She made this at her parents' house and she brought some over, and I'm eating some. And I have leftover white chocolate dipped Oreos that Tiffany made as a test and brought them over yesterday. So I have 2 homemade snacks.
Look at you being
nice.
about all these women.
Yeah.
You're not like dieting still, or you don't care anymore?
Yeah, I don't really care anymore.
I thought like it was a big deal to get like 6% body fat to show off the abs,
Okay, I was never going to hit 6%. I was trying to get to 10. I'm still around like 15.
That's pretty good.
I was at like my lowest. I think I was at 13, and now I'm like 15 or 16. So it's really hard, and my genetics fight me on it really bad.
When you were at 13, did it like feel good, or wasn't that great?
It's a big difference from how I feel right now.
How do you
is it more
determine
comfortable just being natural?
how much body fat you have?
I have a scale that tells me.
For sure.
Yeah, I've got one of those that like has like the app and it shows your percentages and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a like a witherings. I don't know. It's funny because this company was bought by Nokia and then they bought it back. It's like most insane transaction. They keep relabeling all their products. It's like so annoying. But it was
like some Amazon special. It's just like some whatever name, but it works.
Oh yeah, it's fine. But you could either have there's basically like a few ways to tell body fat, and none of them are perfect. There's no such thing as like one that works really perfectly because it's
or BMI.
It's hard. Yeah, BMI. Well, BMI is very like skewed.
It's pseudo-y kind of.
It works for the average person, but it's bad if you are actually low body fat and you are muscular, then the BMI just doesn't work. Because I'm like technically on the verge of unhealthy BMI, but I know I'm like way healthier than most people, so it kind of is like broken for me because I'm short, but I also like I have quite a bit of muscle mass comparatively.
Like on the app, it shows like a BMI scale of like where you are, and it's like color coded. And like the green is like no healthy person is going to be in the green. Everyone's going to be in like the yellow or like orange range.
Yeah. But But the way you can tell body fat is through like this. Basically, I think they send a current through your body, and fat and water and muscle and bone all have different resistances to that signal, and so it kind of gives you an estimate based on like if they know your height, then they could kind of figure out like, okay, so you're this high, then that you should weigh about this much, and then send that signal through, and then kind of checking how that resistances change. They could kind of estimate, a person who's 5 foot tall has this much bone mass, about they're 60% water, and then we could figure out kind of like they could deduce how much body fat you have. Again, it's not perfect. The other way to do it that's kind of sometimes better, but there's a lot of human error, is like the pinch test. So I went to the gym and I had a trainer and he was doing the pinch test. Or just straight up like measurements, like whatever. But like so they would kind of use the calipers and they'd pinch it, and then there's a way to calculate that based on things. So you take the pinch test.
That still seems like
several
could be error prone because like maybe some people have more collagen in their skin, or some people have like really soft skin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like.
Elasticity,
it's not really based on that though, so that's like it's they do it in a specific way, but you take it at several points and you average it together, which kind of helps for error or if you store fat in different parts of your body. But the problem is if the person varies, or if you get it done by different people, then it could vary wildly because they did the test differently. So it's very it's kind of almost important to get the same person to do it, but again, if they vary in their method, then the whole thing is skewed anyways. And then they also at the gym too, they also had a handheld one where you hold it, and it's the same thing like my scale does, but you hold it instead. And I think there's a way to do it with water, but that's also, again, it's not super great, but that's like when they'll do in like scientific labs.
I hear like the water one, it's the only accurate one, because basically they like weigh you and then they put you in a tank of water and see how much water you displace, and they'll do a calculation to figure out like your exact, fat content and everything. I
think I read that it was still pretty like whatever too, but yeah, you're right. It's probably better, but also like you can't do that at home though. That's the problem. Cause like, where are you going to have a tub Or you could fill it to the brim, and how are you going to measure? Like, I was trying to think of like, oh, you can't really do that at home. You can't collect that water that overflows. So that's how you could tell your body fat. The easiest thing to do is buy a scale, though. They're under $100 for that. Not too hard to get one. And then, like, the one I have is a Nokia one, which it's one of the few Wi-Fi nibble ones that's not Bluetooth. So every time I just get on it in the morning, and then automatically it just sends it to the cloud, and it automatically just shows up in the app. So
that's pretty nice.
I don't have to connect to my phone, because like the Bluetooth ones, you have to like connect every once in a while and then for it to dump into your phone and then log it. This one is I can leave my phone, like I wake up, I just get out of bed, I leave my phone in my room, go to take a shower, like whatever. I just get on it and it automatically sends it to the Nokia app or whatever, and then that's connected with Google Fit, so then it's logged in Google Fit and all that stuff, and that's kind of nice.
That is pretty nice. Because it sucks having to like get on the scale, get your phone, open the app, and then like wait 10 seconds, and then it finally dumps the data.
Do you actually have to like be on the app in order to actually weigh yourself?
Well, so it has this feature where you can like get on the scale and it'll weigh you, and then if you turn the scale on with the phone near it, it'll pick up the data that it stores. But it never really works right. And then, like if you're like at work and then someone else at your house uses the scale, it'll like mess up the data if you just use the stored data.
Yeah, it sounds confusing.
So it's only accurate if you are actually the ones, standing there and getting the data and all that.
Yeah, mine's kind of cool though, because it'll tell people apart based on like the metrics. So if you got on it, it'll go, hey, you're not Jared. And then it'll log it. And then I could open up the app and go like, who's this unknown person? And then I could add you. I could actually invite you to use the thing for you to get your data. So it works with up to like 5 or 10 people or something like that. But if you vary enough, I guess if you're really close to me and like weight and stuff like that, you'll get confused. But for the most part, there's probably some redundancies built into that where it's like, oh, let me check this. Oh, Jared can't gain 20 pounds in one day. So like this must be a different person. And it'll just kind of hold that data, and it's kind of cool.
What's funny though is if like on my scale, like one day, let's say you're like dehydrated, you'll be like 5 pounds, lighter. Yeah. It'll say like, oh, you lost like 5 pounds of bone mass. So it's like, no, you can't lose 5 pounds of bone mass or something that quickly, because it just gets confused by like your moisture content and stuff.
That's interesting.
In your body.
But mine will actually tell me my water percentage. So it seems like, why doesn't it log it as that? I don't know.
That's interesting.
Anyway, so that was us talking about scales for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, it's good stuff. I mean, what if you're in the market for a scale? This is good research.
I think if you're trying to lose weight or work out at all, I think it's actually a pretty good investment to be able to track it. So, especially like I could track, not only because I think my problem too is half the time I will gain weight, but I'll be losing fat. And so it's so crappy to get on the scale and be like, no, I gain weight when you're trying to like cut. But then if it's muscle, then that's a good thing. So it's like, it's pretty good to not be saddened by weight gain when it's actually lost fat and gained muscle. That's actually, so it's good to sort that out. So having a scale to actually log and actually correct, and you're logging more than one metric. It's not just about weight. If you're actually lifting weights, you probably want to know your muscle mass too. So it's kind of a good investment.
What's your current fat content?
I don't know, probably I can say like 16%.
On my app it says I'm at 19. But, I'm getting there.
That sounds about right. I feel like the average male is probably like 20 something. I don't know how we got on this subject. Oh, he asked me why I'm eating junk food.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like a year ago, we'd be like, "Oh, what are you eating?" "Oh, I'm eating raisins," and you'd be like, "Oh, raisins aren't that good for you."
Raisins aren't good. Well, raisins aren't.
And you're kind of like militant about everything.
Raisins. I mean, I'm still like things are bad for you, but honestly, I don't eat.
How are raisins not good for you?
They have a lot of sugar. They are dense. Fruit's not good for you most of the time.
But see, what's funny is like you could eat a grape and that's okay, but a raisin, which is a grape just dried.
So there's two things. Well, there's a few things. One, they're just as bad for you. It's a 1-for-1 ratio, right? They're both bad. The thing though is raisins are smaller, making them more calorie dense.
That's true.
So at least if you're eating, exactly. So if you're eating grapes, the thing that's different about it is that one has water. So if you are going to eat them, pound for pound, you probably can't eat as many grapes as raisins. Although if you're eating so much where you're getting full off grapes, you've just had like probably hundreds of grams of sugar.
No, I do read like if you eat fruits and stuff with fiber, it kind of offsets a little bit of that sugar.
It does not. It does not. It does not.
Something like that.
No. So so the thing is, if you look at the like carbs on like a piece of fruit, if you were able to like measure it, it doesn't offset it. It's just that the net carbs are different if you are counting fiber. If you're like, oh, this apple has like 20 grams of carbs, but 5 of those are fiber. It's actually 15 grams of carbs, but it doesn't negate it. It's not like I had fiber, so it undoes sugar. It's just that you shouldn't be counting fiber against your carb count.
You should just be going off of the net.
Yeah. Because you don't process it. It doesn't turn into calories, and it doesn't affect your insulin. So the fiber doesn't do anything.
But I do feel like if you're gonna have carbs, at least have a vegetable, not like a piece of bread. Well,
vegetable carbs. That's the thing, though. Vegetable carbs are probably fiber carbs that don't actually count. Not too many vegetables have like sugary carbs. I mean, some of them do. Carrots.
I guess whatever.
What?
Or like a fruit, a fruit's still better than a piece of bread.
If it has less carbs, sure, or less calories. Other than that, if not, then it's not. It just comes down to like, how many calories and how many carbs really? Like that's how I would look at it.
There's also like nutrients and stuff like that.
I guess if you are lacking in nutrients, but you can get that from, you're probably getting enough from anything else. Or you can just eat vegetables and you kind of get everything that you kind of need.
That's true.
Most like diets, like I'm doing this diet and it's like eat this, eat this, eat this, eat this, and usually doesn't include fruit. It does include a lot of vegetables.
I hear like fruit can be kind of bad for you if you eat too much of it.
Sugar.
Like what's his name? People believe that's one of the reasons why Steve Jobs had like liver failure, because he was on a fruitarian diet, which is not good for your liver.
You just mean he's eating a bunch of fruit?
Yeah, he was like on a fruit only diet.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then he got liver cancer, and and he tried like a bunch of like Eastern medicine treatments and stuff. And then like when it was like way too late, he like got a liver transplant, but that didn't really take, I guess, and it just didn't end well for him.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of funny. Like it would have been avoidable, but he was he had ideals.
So what is this movie about? Like I don't understand. I'm so bored of this.
I know of it.
A movie about
really
Brett Kavanaugh's college days.
Brett Kavanaugh's
like just about a frat house.
So Brett Kavanaugh's college days. Oh no.
I was at a bar tonight, and there was a lady at the bar that just was literally screaming at the top of her lungs about the Brett Kavanaugh case, and like,
oh jeez,
they almost got the bartender is a good friend of mine, and she looked at me, she's like, I'm seriously about to call the cops just to get this lady out of here.
Dang. So you want to yell at a bar? Politics.
Yeah, like I'm not talking just like loudly talking. I'm talking like screaming at the top of her lungs.
That's not fun.
Insane.
Oh, jeez.
Like, what could you be like? I don't agree with this man, and what do you do? Like, how do you like scream?
What's happening?
Do you just like scream?
I swear to God.
Just like really long sentences. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you gotta yell like something like it's got to be short. It's like I love dogs. Like,
was she in an argument with someone?
Yes, with her best friend.
Okay, that's
a little bit different.
And then
I guess
she gave her a big hug and a kiss, and away she went. I was like,
sounds like girls.
But okay.
That's funny. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Sounds
That's the place to do it if you're gonna, break down socio-economical, political. That's where I do all my philosophical debates. The bar.
Really?
The bar. You know how back then, like philosophers just like met up in like a room and they just talked about stuff?
Yeah.
Today we're just a bunch of people meeting up in a bar and just like
someone too far off from what they used to do.
Someone will be like, "Hey, did you hear the thing about Trump?" I'm like, "No, wait, not here. This is not the time or place. Meet me at the pub, and then we'll discuss." it. I don't even drink. That's just where I do it. That's just the appropriate venue for that discussion.
Let's go to the Buffalo Wild Wings right down the street. Let's just start screaming about politics. Oh man.
You could always go to Dave and Buster's and then use your rage on that punching game.
Yeah. They have one at this Tilted Kilt near me as well.
Man, there's like one of the best VR workout games apparently is I think it's like Fists of Fury or something like that. It's like this boxing game. And that's like crazy to me. Like that gets the best calorie burn. I'm like, I wouldn't think that you move enough with that. Like, yeah, it's a lot of punching, which is actually pretty dang intensive, but like I said, I always imagine like my thing was audio shield and Beat Saber, but even those like don't actually technically, according to like a few blogs that I read, don't burn as much calories, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, Hollow Point is up there too. That's crazy.
Hollow Point makes sense because that is freaking. The amount of times I've like ran into the wall playing that game.
Maybe like a good DDR or something.
If there's what like DDR,
like DDR for
I'm sure,
like calories and everything.
I'm sure DDR is probably pretty good. But I don't know that. But I see that's a weird thing because the pros, that's the thing. If you're an amateur, I feel like you burn more calories than a pro. Because the way pros play is they lean on the bar and then they just move their feet, and they're almost like moving.
That's true.
They're almost not moving enough. Like I would almost think like the really really good people
like
aren't
they're being efficient with their movements and stuff.
Yeah, because you're also focused on speed, and speed doesn't always necessarily equate to calories.
Like a newbie is like just all over the place and just using extra energy.
If you're not leaning on the bar and you're trying to balance and you're stumbling, you actually use a lot because you're just bad at it. So I don't know. I imagine it's probably pretty up there though, because it probably is a lot of movement. But I don't think it's probably still not as high as like freaking Hollow Point, because you're literally like, that game is really good at making you move, jump, dodge. It always, because you can't stay in the same point. It'll always shoot at you. And it's, either make you duck or move to the side. You can't stay in the same point too long. And the way I like to play is I just like spinning the whole time, which is always, I really wish I had wireless VR because I would always trip over the cable. But that's a good game. It's just too repetitive though for it to be a long-term thing for me. I was like, I'm gonna play this every day and get good at it. And after like a week, I'm like, this game sucks. It's kind of boring. But it was always really fun. How did she not notice that? So he hit a golf ball and went through a window and went loud.
It's like she's a lunch lady. She's like dead inside. She doesn't
care. It happens.
There was a loud shatter, and then it went into the soup, made a splash, and she just like sipped it and like, this is good.
Like, man, it's the boiling water will kill anything. Doesn't matter.
No one's reacting to anything. What is it?
They're used to like these antics, I bet.
Again, second one breaks the window, breaks the glass, bounces around. This guy just goes, like as if like what was that? Why is my desk all wet?
What is he though? Like what are these uniforms for?
This is like fraternity.
I think it's like a hazing thingy or like the freshmen. Yeah.
Also, that guy with the chrome helmet that's like yelling right now?
Phasma.
Have you guys seen any of music videos for the Twisted Sisters?
Yes.
Have you seen the one where I think the song is literally called "We're Not Gonna Take It"?
Oh yeah. It's that guy.
That's that guy.
No way.
What was his name?
I have no idea. But he was
he was like a jerk in that music video. You really want to like punch him in the face.
He was also in the movie Breaking Point. Or Point Break.
What?
I never saw that one.
How come these guys are hitting golf balls at these people? Because like, how come no one went up there and be like, "Yo, cut that out"?
I think it's like they're hazing the noobs.
But that guy was in Harry Potter. Is it Harry Potter? Oh my gosh, it looks like Hermione. Yeah.
Doesn't it?
But oh yeah. So at Dave & Buster's, I read that there's like a way you can game the system to actually make money from like the prizes you win.
Oh yeah.
So you have to like use all these discounts, like a veteran discount, like some other stuff like that, and then buy certain prizes and then sell them, and then like you'll actually like net more.
It doesn't seem possible. I wouldn't imagine they would spend even a little bit of money on prizes that were worth anything. So that seems crazy, but interesting.
You have to like use all the discounts and stuff.
Wow. Like what do you mean discounts? Like discounts for buying the tokens?
like a military discount, stuff like that.
But I mean, doesn't mean like buying. Not you. Is there discounts on the prizes, or you mean discounts to play the games? That's what I meant.
I think I forget now.
Because the Nerdbot used to do like They would sometimes do like parties at Dave & Buster's, and you basically get a free gaming card and it's like, or like it's $25. I don't know. Either way, like one time they're giving out free cards to play. I don't think they worked on the prize machines though, so that you obviously couldn't like. I don't think they thought about that. You can't be like, oh, I'm just going to take $25 and play the games that give out tokens. But it was kind of like fun. But theoretically though, that would have been a really good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. There was one guy at the hackerspace who got whatchamacallit banned from Dave & Buster's for life. Oh
yeah, from like doing that or what?
No, well, he did something else because he figured out that like the way the Dave & Buster's cards work is they're all like they have like an ID number in the mag strip, and they're all sequential. So he figured out his like ID number because he has a mag reader and he just checked what the data said, and then he like he got an MP3 player and he like loaded up all the audio files that correspond to like all the different ID numbers that it could be. And like he made this little thing with like a mag strip, and like the MP3 player, the audio would like feed into that mag strip. So he would just like put the card in there, and it'd be like a random number, and he would just do that. Because what happens is people will put money on there and not use it, and then like he'll just go and use their ID number and just use their tokens and just keep on doing that and like just going through the list.
How would you get caught doing that? It seems so easy.
Well, what he did is he went on his blog and wrote about it, and then he got an email from Dave & Buster saying, "You're banned forever."
Okay. In that case, how do they enforce that?
That's what I said, but he's like, I don't want to deal with that. Deal with it. He just thought it was fun.
Yeah,
but
that was something I always wanted to do in college because I was like, what is on our ID cards? So, that's the thing. It's almost like the security through obscurity.
Encoding is like there's no encoding on the mag strip at all.
Right. They're all just raw data. That's why you could steal credit cards via like a skimmer. It's just there. But the idea is usually it's controlled server side by some method. But I was always curious about what was on the school security cards or our swipeable cards. And like, but the readers, that's the problem. The reader costs like $50 plus $100. The writers aren't too expensive, but the readers are for some reason, or like one you could plug into a computer. So I never got around to doing that, but I was always super curious. I always wanted to find out.
The mag strips were like kind of cheap because you can just buy them on Amazon.
Yeah, the mag strips themselves, like a card, but like a reader writer. I don't know. I remember it being like kind of expensive, like not worth the investment. But I always was like so. Well,
like, I know the readers are kind of cheap. I'm not sure about the writers.
Yeah, it might be the other way around. You might be right. But I was always like, so, because I always feel like behind those cards is some like no security like that. Like basically,
yeah.
What am I swiping when I put it into a machine? Oh, it just hung them an ID number. It's no password or anything like that.
That's why the chips are pretty good with the new credit cards.
Or even worse, on that mag strip is literally the money value. That's what would always be interesting to me. Like, you swipe it in the game, it reads rights to the card or whatever like that. And you just go 99999, and now you have an unlimited card. That would be like the coolest thing. But
yeah, right. I think those cards you can't really rewrite the data. It's just
probably not
an ID number, and the value is just stored on a server somewhere.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. But I've always suspected like no security behind that. Like, what's on our college ID card? Oh, it's just like a name, and you could be like, I can impersonate anyone and get free. Oh, that was what I was trying to do, is get free printing on the machines. And I bet you there's a way to do it somehow.
Do the printers read off of a barcode or the actual mag strip?
You mag strip, you swipe it.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Those are cheap.
You can just decode the barcode and just like print out a new one or something.
Yeah, but you're right. Those are cheap to swipe because I'm pretty sure you can buy them for like $20 in a USB. The writers are expensive
because they have like people like utilize those for like transactions and stuff at like banks and things.
Yeah.
So they have to have like a cheap reader.
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing the school just had to
like stick it to the side of your keyboard or something.
But that was a similar idea. I was like, what if we just change our ID to like a bunch of other kids until we could pull money off of their card essentially for free. Nothing I wanted to do. I wanted to do the same thing that your friend did. Was like, I just wanted to do it. And like read my friend's, swap mine to be his, and then do it, and be like, oh, and now I could write a blog about the security infrastructure of our school. Like, it's not very good.
Funny. It's like they didn't realize, oh, let's just leave it, like no encoding or anything. Just like nobody will do this, so it's fine.
Because I mean, the easiest thing you could do is it's an ID number with like a random ID, a password essentially. So when you swipe it, it's like 16. User 16 followed by a random string, and you can never guess that. It's the user ID, but I don't know the password that's essentially coded onto the card without. You could steal someone's card and then get the data, but then that's a 1-1 ratio. That solves the whole problem by essentially having a card that logs in, every single time it swipes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's basically, isn't that what the chips do?
Or maybe, but I think that generates like a one-time. I don't know enough about the chip passwords. Or you could do the user ID is just a GUID or UUID, and that makes it virtually impossible to guess the next user in the sequence, and that solves all the problems.
That's true.
That's such an easy solution that would make your friend's thing completely broken without really adding any overhead. You still have to have a database somewhere, so it didn't really change anything, and it solves all the problems. I understand how stuff like that gets overlooked. That's literally the least you could do for security.
And he took down the page, but I remember that like the way he built the the mag part is like he got like some aluminum foil and got the wires from the MP3 player and somehow hooked it up or something.
Did they just pull back a revolver?
No, that's an M1911. That's a semi-automatic pistol.
Okay,
is it fully semi-automatic?
It looked like a revolver, and I was like, did they just
he load the barrel with a revolver? That would be pretty funny. I'm gonna do that.
Are you gonna kill the horse? Not Mr. Ed.
Oh no!
What's wrong with it?
It
doesn't like them.
Shred.
Are they gonna do like a Godfather thing, like put it in the guy's bed? Wait, okay, he's not gonna do it. That's good.
It's an action movie now.
Oh, he's like, I did it, guys. Oh, they're hazing him. This is like the ritual or his initiation.
I was gonna say they can't actually expect him to do that. That's that'll get you arrested. Oh, the horse died from a
Wait, so the horse fainted?
Yeah, the horse fainted.
Point the gun at him. Holy shit. There were blanks in that gun. Maybe he had a heart.
Wow. That's like the horse.
It's like the only good part of the movie so far.
Yeah.
Well, Jared, there's I think there's boobs later, so.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right. Awesome. Can't wait.
Yep. We know what Jared likes.
Boobies, getting spoiled by women, the life.
Okay. I don't like how the podcast is framing me.
Don't worry, it's just we're profiling you. Nothing too extreme.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh yeah,
so my college
back in the day, there's probably a bigger barrier to entry to be a troll. Because you couldn't just go online on a YouTube video and write something mean.
Yeah, you had to do it
in real life.
Yeah,
and then if you said something mean, people would try and beat you up. So if you wanted to be a troll, you have to be tough.
But now it's just nerds behind computer screens.
Yeah. Anonymity,
Oh yes, a very powerful tool.
Though I think if you're on 4chan and you troll, those 4chan weirdos will find you.
Oh gosh. 4chan is the dark web, but it's not the dark web.
It's the dark web in plain sight.
It's the gray web.
Not very hidden very well.
The bright web?
The shade web. The shadow web.
Oh, I just read something 4chan was trying to troll the media. And they made this thread saying the circle finger game where you do a little circle below your waist, and if someone sees it, you punch them. Mm-hmm. They said that is actually a white supremacy symbol, but it's all made up though. But all the media stations picked it up and talked about it.
That's pretty funny.
All the media stations.
Yeah.
I was a little bit when Pedo Bear got into the media and we're like, this is sick, and it's it's kind of a dumb joke, you guys. It's actually if you see it on a car, they're a pedophile, call the police. And it's well, no, they're not. They're trolling you. They're getting a response out of you. You're playing into their hand here, you guys. Please don't. Please don't report on the thing that you don't understand.
It's not the first time 4chan has done stuff like that. Remember the Oprah over 9,000 joke and all that,
What was the Oprah over 9,000 joke?
So I forget how they did it exactly, but they made some fake news story about some group of people that had over 9,000 sex slaves or something, and she over 9,000 dicks and stuff like that. And Oprah actually said it on air.
Oh, weird.
She believed it. There's like clips and everything of it.
It's funny.
It's all about Fortnite on the media.
I mean, I feel like Fortnite was like not a thing. Like everyone kind of like was like meh, and then it just blew up overnight. Like at first, everyone's like PUBG, this is the best thing ever. Yeah, Fortnite, whatever. And then PUBG got lame, and then Fortnite is like the new thing. That's like, you know.
Well, the thing I like about Fortnite is they do something like every season, and it's almost like they're telling a story over a very long period of time. So even though I don't play the game, I'm super intrigued with all the stuff they keep doing, and it's kind of like that's the coolest thing. I definitely respect them for doing that because they're doing a game that is played in these isolated one-off matches. But by changing the game significantly and adding kind of a backstory to the seasons, it's kind of makes me want to play it, even though I know when I open up, like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. This is a different game than what they're displaying. So, you know, I respect them for that. I think it's a really cool idea to keep the game fresh and for the community rather than we put a thing out, give us money.
Yeah, I like how you're not watching the movie.
I'm watching the movie. I'm not watching the movie.
Oh yeah, for the listeners, this is the part where like the John Belushi character is peeping on ladies changing and
How
stuff.
do you not see that? He's very loud.
Right?
And she's looking out the window.
Is she not looking right at him? Is he doing it
They had
intentionally?
weird bras back then.
So how
so
light
confused.
works is when there's light inside and no light outside, you can't see outside. Because I'm looking through my window
The
right now,
glass
I can't
reflects
see
the
anything.
interior.
Oh boy, here we go.
You could see enough. You could see
I
enough.
can't see anything.
Oh wow, I like this. Like there's that window frame, like almost censoring it. That's pretty clever.
Oh, there you go.
It's
That's
really not
clever
really.
censorship.
They should have done that intentionally. I think that'd been really funny. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but look at it. Here's this shot from inside, and you could see him. So that's not true.
Maybe the camera has
This
like
is
a lens
weird.
coating.
Oh man,
And he's dead. He literally killed himself by falling off that ladder
well,
like
the
that.
grass looked kind of soft. Maybe it's like
Grass
Yeah,
will,
pretty
grass
soft
will
grass.
never, dude. That would hurt
It's
you
not-
that would hurt you on snow. Grass is not gonna break that
But
fall.
what if it's like that fancy Hank Hill like grass? It's like the Ronald St. August.
You would. He had the potential to paralyze himself. Not worth.
Yeah. No, but he's pretty thick and chunky. He's got that extra fat padding.
What is
Dude.
this movie about?
Oh,
This is-
so
This is
this was a
interesting
thing
Xerox
back in the day where you could steal the carbon copy and see what they wrote on it.
Yeah.
And I think technically you could like use the printer ribbon and do the same thing.
Yeah, but so far this movie, I don't even know like anything about what the hell.
Yeah.
So why did he switch? So I don't know. Okay, so I literally know nothing or any people. This is very hard to
me
follow.
neither.
Did he swap that out on purpose? So so he basically he knew that they were going to come in and try to get it from the trash. So he faked them out, right? Whoever that guy was.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's these two guys with the golf balls. Okay, why
It's
do they hate?
I think it's the
They're the
preppy
competitive-
frat
it
versus
looks so
the
Northampton,
trashy
yeah.
frat.
smart versus.
It's like they look so waspy.
Wait, is that the teacher from Willy Wonka? The teacher in this?
They have a teacher.
Yeah, what teacher?
The one that they just showed walking.
And
Is there Superman in the back?
I think he's talking about the teacher in Willy Wonka, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Who is he in Willy Wonka?
That's what I am. The teacher in Willy Wonka.
Which one is the teacher in Willy Wonka?
The teacher that Charlie is in the class when he finds out that the whole Willy Wonka thing started, the golden ticket.
Oh wow, I don't remember Charlie being in school at all.
Talking about the original.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Wow.
That movie was weird because like the part where it's like with Willy Wonka and they're in the factory and stuff, I remember that. But everything
Yeah.
before, it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like I like never really fully watched the intro for some reason. And I watched it once and I'm like, wow, I don't remember this part of the movie. All I do remember is like him buying the candy bar and then running down the street and going home. Like I don't really remember much before that. Like I got to go the ticket. Run home, Charlie. Don't stop to talk to anyone. Kind of a thing. And that's mostly, I don't remember much before that. Also, I swear like the version that I had, I think it was like recorded off of TV when growing up or something like that. And it definitely had missing context or like, I don't even know. Like I VCR days were like crazy, man.
We add that movie to the list.
No.
Or is it a little too good?
I think that's actually probably pretty. I mean, it's actually pretty old enough to probably make fun of pretty good. But
Probably prefer some stuff, but it's like you're punching up, or punching down, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely like a decent, especially for the time. I'm sure that was like an amazing movie with the.
I mean, it had pretty good effects. It was all like physical effects.
Double secret probation.
That's double secret probation.
Double secret.
I think like Nikolai needs to increase his mic volume.
Oh, I do?
I mean, you can always boost him on your side. I think he sounds kind of fine for me.
Yeah.
Oh, for me it's kind of low, but
I don't want to make
everyone else has the same level, but I'll just raise him, whatever. There you go.
Yeah. You're right.
All right, it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
So is this the preppy frat?
This is the trashy frat, right?
I can't tell.
I think they're all working
It's
together.
trashy frat.
Oh, yeah, this is trashy frat. Okay. I'm assuming wherever we see that guy, he's on
Preppy frats look like preps.
Well, these guys look like preps to me with their pullover sweaters.
I think it's just
All right, Jared, which frat would you join, though?
Probably not the one with the gross eating man who eats everything.
That's the best one, though. Toga.
Well, it
The
looks
preppy frat was kind of rapey, though. Or was it this one? No, this one was the rapey one.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd join the
Wait, which was the
I would
rapey one?
imagine. Well, here's the thing. I think you need to adjust your baseline of what rapey is, because I'm sure back in whenever this was filmed,
They were all rapey?
They were probably all a
That's
little
just
bit
romance.
rapey. So like that, you got to reset. The baseline's probably a little bit higher than what you're used to.
You got to do some math.
This one actually might be the best one in that case. You don't know. The rich ones have money for drugs. That could.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so...
have hush
You mean
money.
Brett Kavanaugh?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
What is he eating?
A chocolate pizza.
Is that a pie?
Look like
I thought
Nutella bread.
Yeah, I thought it was like a chocolate graham
Orange one.
cracker.
Me too.
Oh, we'll never know now.
Look at this-
Damn it! They
look at
don't.
this sweet slab.
Is that what you call a car?
That's what they call those now because they're big and flat.
Flat.
Wide.
That's funny.
They're ships. They're land yachts.
Yeah.
Slap. Yeah, that's like the worst car in Grand Theft Auto. They do not corner well.
You should
No.
have chosen the armored Karuma.
Yeah,
See, but you won't find a more comfy car though.
I'm sure it drives like pretty nice. I had a friend who was like, I have a something like that. It looks all like old, but it's like, oh, it rides so smooth. The shocks are like so springy or whatever. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, I guess. But that's the thing in Grand Theft Auto. Cars like that I always avoid because I know I'll corner a turn and the car will lift off the ground because of the suspension, and it's like a huge delay because the suspension also doesn't transfer energy. So it's like, oh, this is great. And it's just kind of floaty. It's very floaty. The whole
also,
car
that's-
shakes.
One of the reasons why those cars are so long is bumps. Like the longer the car, the same bump will make it rise like a lower angle versus if it was like a really short car. So it kind of like makes it more stable and you don't feel the bumps.
Interesting.
And then they had like all the body and everything was like isolated by rubber and everything was like super soft and plush. So you didn't feel anything at all. It's not a driver's car at all.
Yeah. Give me that, but it's self-driving
Augment,
now.
like-
Now augment it, and then I'll be happy and just live in there. So they're now.
What is this guy doing with the vegetables?
Celery is only 39 cents per pound. Holy crap! I want to go to that store, guys. Can you believe it? Aranya, can you believe 39 cents per pound for celery?
So what I just
Still
learned
like a
from
dollar
this
or
scene,
something still.
Can you believe it? 39 cents.
From what I just learned from this scene is if you do the French tuck, you can shoplift.
Okay.
Wait, what's the French
And-
tuck?
Well, if you watch Queer Eye, you would know Tan France teaches the French tuck.
So he's probably
It's
a
very
big.
fashionable in men's clothing.
He's probably
What are
a
you
big
talking
thief then. He's
So he's
probably a
probably
big.
teaching
Yeah, little
everyone
did
how
he
to
know he was
shoplift.
teaching how to shoplift.
Yeah, he's probably a big shoplift man.
Shoplift.
Wait. So in the French tuck, what are you tucking exactly?
The front of your shirt.
The French.
It's like not a full tuck, You're just tucking the front.
Wait, why would you? That sounds hideous. So your back is untucked?
You want to tell Tan France that?
Yeah, I will, because that sounds awful. Show me a picture.
You will lose.
I can't imagine that looking right.
I am doing like the fighting, like clapping thing where you clap every word. You will lose.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking about it, and that sounds awful. Like, I'm going to look weird. It looks like you forgot to tuck in the back.
Sloppy.
I don't understand.
What about like the guys who have like a big belt buckle and like they only tuck in the very, very front of their shirt to show off the belt?
Well, I do that, but only when I'm going through the secure metal detectors so they could see that I have a metal belt.
But like, what if you just did that like at all times though?
Yeah, it'd be weird.
I don't know. It just seems douchey. Like, look at my belt, guys.
Look at my belt.
And they're like wearing like a wife beater and, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so you send a photo of this French tuck nonsense. Let's see what this looks like.
It looks sloppy.
That looks so sloppy. This guy looks like a slob.
I'm gonna
Are you kidding me? Are you
I'm
kidding
gonna need
me?
you to tell Tiffany that you just called Tan France.
She's
a
going to listen to
slob.
this. Okay, the first and the last pictures look like he just got out of bed. He looks awful.
Yeah.
Tiffany,
That's-
I'm gonna need you to listen that Jared just called Tan France a
His
slob.
clothes,
Like that?
that shirt is so baggy.
Like
I
the
would
red
never-
stripe one, it might pass, but
Yeah.
like, I don't
Dude,
know.
that leopard print one is hideous. This guy, no, I would never
Yeah.
listen to this guy on anything. I know
He's
nothing
got-
about
he's got
fashion.
dad jeans.
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people don't know how to say what they want, but a lot of people know what they don't like, and that looks like, I can't tell you good fashion, but I could definitely detect bad fashion.
You're a critic.
I would never listen to this guy. Based on those photos, at least. I don't know. You're right. I don't know enough. I don't know this guy, but those 5 photos that you linked are just the worst thing I've ever seen. He looks like he's wearing clothes from the 80s, but I'm so confused.
I can't
I don't like
stand
it.
like that mom jeans look.
Yeah, the front
Like
and the
faded,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like-
that one looks crazy. It looks like his jeans are going up way too high. That's what I'm saying. He looks like he has like 80s jeans on. You know when girls used to have
80s
jeans that
jeans.
would like go up to like their belly buttons? And now if you
Yeah,
look
that
at
was the
the
worst.
That's what it looks like he's wearing in that photo.
Remember like the super high waisted jeans? It just like
That's what
why?
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And then the last photo looks like he's wearing like a jersey for a sports team, but it's like really big, like really big.
I think they call that like athleisure or something.
Sure. That fourth photo with the brown jacket, that's fine. That's okay. It's the only one that
Yeah,
looks
like
normal.
that blue shirt is all right.
Yeah, that's the only one that looks normal. Everything else looks crazy to me. Why
I
he
think just
smashing the guitar?
Because I don't know.
What is wrong with this guy?
Maybe he has a hangover.
Do you break
24/7 hangover.
You have an hangover?
Just seems like something's wrong with him. Everything he's done in this movie has disturbed me.
You see,
He's like the comic relief, like the guy from a police academy, like the crazy guy.
Who's this girl?
She's
Wasn't
the
that the one that-
cashier.
Is she chewing gum and drinking? Because that's
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I've done that with water.
Even with water, that's like.
She's doing it with alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's hard not to swallow the gum.
Well, I was gonna say, like, isn't alcohol already like tastes bad, and then now you're doing that with like minty gum? I can't imagine something that would probably taste worse than that. Is that actually what's his face?
No, it's like a wannabe James Brown.
He's pretty good.
oh yeah,
Well, technically, in the Blues Brothers, they have the actual James Brown.
How,
And
wait,
yeah, the Blues Brothers is like amazing, but it's a little too good for Buffer Buddies.
you keep saying that, but now it just makes me want to do it more to prove you wrong. I'll show you.
Get a
It's one of
copyright
the
strike.
best.
I could take it down a notch.
Jared takes every movie down.
I'll take all the movies down. The challenge
I
me.
love movies
It'll
and
be
TV
like
shows, and you just
Casablanca,
take
like,
everything.
this is not so good.
Come at me, movies. 1v1 me, movie.
Oh my gosh, Jared, I finished the latest season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
I cried so hard.
It's crazy,
Spoiler
right?
alert, spoiler alert. When I thought Fitz died, I cried so
Oh,
hard.
yeah, man.
Fitzsimmons are my favorite.
Yeah, they've changed the most throughout the season, which is kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing. But their storyline's interesting. But But that's a weird. Yeah, I don't know. That whole season was season was wacky, but it was so good because it was not just like we gotta go and fight the guys and arrest them. It was like the first season was so like boring in comparison to like this season. They really were like, hey, let's just try whatever we want. All right, let's do it. And they made the weirdest season ever, and it's good. I like it.
Really sad that no one got snapped in the end, though.
What? Oh.
If the season ended with half of the cast getting snapped out of existence.
Well, see, I thought, spoiler here, I thought when they did the time jump, I thought that was to avoid any movies. I didn't know they were going to come back to the present. I was like, oh, cool, it's like they're just going to avoid it all now. Good, now they don't have to be in line with the movies. But then they came back and went, oh, okay, well, you kind of undid that loophole.
Are they going to continue the series?
I think so. I think it has one more season. Also, the whole show of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show is just about Coulson, who's an idiot, right? Like, that's the joke. I feel like that's the joke. It's like, this guy's an idiot. Let's make a show about him. Because I feel like that's everything. He's so dumb all the time.
He's dumb but competent.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him in Captain Marvel, though.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think he's retiring from the role soon, though.
I don't know if he's playing Coulson in that one, though.
Oh, is it not him?
No,
I think it's a younger version. Is it?
Oh,
it is a younger version of him, but they just made him look younger.
Okay.
I think he was in the trailer.
But especially in that last season, here's that thing where he's like, oh, I hit the button. I didn't know there was going to be a fourth option. I'm like, you're so dumb. You're so dumb all the time. You do that all the time. He's always like, I don't know, I just hit the button. You're an idiot. You're going to kill everyone. It's going to be your fault.
I imagine he's like Dumbledore.
Driving.
Yeah, he's a little bit like Dumbledore.
He always has a plan, even if there's bad outcomes and bad things. It's like he does it for.
I take it back.
He just knows.
I disagree. I don't think he always has a plan. I think he's literally thinking one step ahead. He's always just like, I did that, now what? And then he just does. I don't know. I feel like if you like the show and you don't think he's an idiot, that's fine if you want to disagree with me. It's more of a headcanon thing where I'm like, this guy's a secret moron and he's just faking his way, but now he's in charge of this organization and he doesn't know what to do, and he's just like
during the interview.
Yeah, he's just still just doing, and it just so happens a lot of times what he does works out, but he just does not know. He really doesn't know what he's doing. He acts like he's 12 steps ahead, but he really is only one step ahead. He's just always like, I know what we need to do. I don't, but let's just get on the jet and it'll work itself out. And he's literally putting all these people's lives at risk, and he's an idiot, and it's funny to me.
Wait, guys.
What?
There's a Confederate flag in the background.
Yeah.
I know, what is going on? This is
He's got a
terrible.
couch bed.
They have to top off all this content somehow.
I feel like this movie really does not hold up. Where are they? Where are they right now?
They're in that frat house.
Like
And
the
they had that
basement or
band
something?
playing?
Oh yeah.
What is wrong with this guy? I cannot take him. He just poured like mustard all over himself? What is wrong with him?
Mustard is really soothing.
Okay, is there something I missed in the beginning where this guy's like, I'm going to go and troll all these people and be like an idiot the entire time? Like, what is... I don't understand what I'm...
How did he get into college then?
Something is wrong with him. Unless I'm like, this isn't... He's like, I'm going to intentionally be gross and weird. I get it. Okay, fine, whatever. But
He's like that
I missed
guy.
that. And I don't understand his agenda because it's very weird. Also, like, no one was like looking at him. He just decided to do that. He benefited in no way. He didn't like...
Well, I think maybe it's just like because he's drunk. Maybe.
I was about to say alcohol.
Does that make
Like
you go,
everybody else in this
Probably
movie.
weed.
I'm gonna pour this on my body? This mustard?
Drugs. Probably.
Yeah.
Well, then
Well,
that's
like
what's wrong
back
with
then-
him. That is what's wrong with him. Drugs.
They were
Well, back then,
smoking
like,
the
they couldn't
devil's
really
lettuce
show
earlier.
drug use, I guess.
The mustard was the drug.
Being heard.
I like this part.
Wait. Is that the lady from the grocery store?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I did like how he was throwing the ice and it kept bouncing out. He did that like 5 times. It was really funny.
Like, do people really have trouble with like the class? Like, you know, I don't know.
I feel like it's a TV thing.
It's like everyone's an idiot and just they
Yeah.
can't like figure out a simple concept.
I think it's like the
Well, have you tried? Would you know?
I think it's like that thing that's like the TV thing. Like married couples always argue. Men have trouble with the class. It's like really? Like, did something just break? What is wrong with this movie?
Sounded like it.
No one responds to anything glass breaking. Apparently, glass doesn't make noise in this movie, or like they can't hear it. Only we can.
Look at this.
Oh, this hurts
I guess
my
there's alcohol involved, but
Yeah,
He's going to break the bra.
This is locked or something.
the other guy did not hang up something in
Oh
the
my
closet
God.
properly. He
See,
just
what
dropped
you-
it on the ground. So
Yeah, that was pretty great.
So
see what you do is when your mom's not home, you like steal one of hers and you practice.
She finally spit out the gum, but she just threw it on the ground. I hate this.
What
Gross.
kind of
Car keys.
cave woman nonsense?
You need to get the car keys to unlock
And the torpedo
bra.
bras.
She could have at least like put it on the Confederate flag.
Where'd all this tissue paper come from?
Oh,
She stuffed her bra.
I was about to say that was a 3-class bra. That's for like big boobs. She did not look like she had boobs. Or big women.
Wow, this movie's like getting all relevant and stuff all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. This is very.
Political.
this is relevant.
I like
Good
this
song,
green
guys.
screen effect though. So good. So like the
Guys,
lighting
if
does
she
it.
can't say yes, it's a no. Just have to get that in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jared.
So conflicted, this guy.
I like that the lighting doesn't match at all. These are just like blatant green screen overlays.
I mean, this is 78. That's like some high technology
You
right
can
there.
still make the lighting match.
Oh, look, it's bad grandpa.
He put her in a
look at
shopping
him,
cart.
though. He did
Yeah.
good. He did a good.
You know how uncomfortable it is to sit in a shopping cart?
Yeah, it's
So
all
you
like
like that.
the
I'm
pressure
small,
points.
very
All
comfortable.
the wires hurt.
It's not even like the padded, like soft Target ones made of plastic.
Why does he have to run away? He's doing a good. He's doing a good.
Wait, was that
Embarrassing.
thing on the lawn a racist?
Wait, what
Yeah, I
was
think
it?
Was it a racism?
The jockey, the lawn jockeys. I think that became offensive somehow.
Because
I think, he ran away because it's her parents' house.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah,
oh, that's
it's
right, that's right.
also that's also the mayor. That's also the mayor of the city.
Why didn't he just let her sleep? What? That's also an option.
that lady's got some Skeletor feet.
What is happening? Why is she kicking him?
She's drunk.
Oh, does that make you? Okay, I'm lost. This movie, I cannot relate to this movie. I cannot.
It's the 70s, you know.
Yeah, 70s college movies. Everyone is drunk.
Oh! I think the lawn jockey. Hold on, let me read. Hold up, let me read this.
Just bet it was that Eric Stratton.
You know that for sure?
Well, no, but
Did women in the 70s really have hair that big?
Seems like a
I
lot
don't
of
even know
work.
It
how.
probably existed back then, but it's probably not as prevalent as the movies show.
Oh, here he comes.
Okay, so I
You know,
don't,
like
I don't
yeah?
think the lawn jockey in itself, that one is. I might be wrong. I don't think that's necessarily racist in itself. It's just that historically, this Wikipedia says historically black jockeys were commonplace. So there is a version where it is an African American guy, and that one is racist.
But the one in the movie just so happened to be black.
Oh, did it? I thought it was a white one. I thought it was
No,
a white
black.
guy. Oh, then that's definitely racist. Yeah, 100%.
That's why I was like, is that-
yeah, for
is that
sure.
racist?
I thought it was white, and I caught the end of that. Yeah, most of the racist ones I think have been destroyed or somehow.
Please take your seats.
Randy, you guys.
Oh,
in
most of them have
frats?
been repainted somehow. Okay, interesting. What?
So what
Randy,
are they
you guys
doing
in
now?
frats?
No, I'm not gonna pay money for that.
You have to pay to be in a frat?
Yeah, dude, it costs
A
like
lot
more,
of money.
It costs like more than tuition.
True that. Like,
Yeah, I think
that's dumb.
tuition at Cal State Fullerton was about like I can't remember. I think it was $3,000 a semester or $3,000 a
That's not too
year.
bad.
I can't remember. And the frat was like a $2,000 a semester. So like,
True that.
yeah, and you're
Like
like,
only a fee
what
to get
sucks
in,
is
but you have to
frats-
pay. Who's going? Who's talking?
What sucks about frats is like it's like all these like connections and like the old boys club and everything, and it's good for networking. But it,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. There is a thing where like people like see that on a resume and they'll like, oh yeah, I'll interview him. I was in the same frat as him. So you're really paying for connections, and that's the thing. That's why it's for like rich kids, because then the rich kids make other rich friends, and they're all rich, and they're like, oh, I'm being a lawyer. I'm a lawyer too. Oh, you were in the and it's a whole thing.
It's like, oh, you need a job? Talk to my dad. You have a company or blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah. So very much the rich hiring and getting richer kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's
It's a club, you know?
yeah, it's very much.
And not only is there an entrance fee, but you have to pay to like hang out with them. If you don't hang out with them, they're not gonna like consider you. You have to pay to help with parties sometimes, pay for presents for your big or your little or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have to,
It's a
like,
lot.
well, I hear they stopped doing like the hazing stuff, but still.
Yeah, most of it's like not allowed, but I mean, there's still some form of it. I'm sure, like some
Not allowed,
entrance.
Yeah,
but it's
like
still
under the
definitely
radar, you know?
happens.
Yeah,
I just
Like
read an
it-
article, my alma mater, someone recently died and they said it was from hazing, and I'm like, oh no.
yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's because it's not allowed doesn't mean it doesn't still happen.
It's probably like under the radar, and they probably try and get close to the edge and not cross it, but you know, they're dumb kids. They're barely 18. What do they know?
Yeah. Who are these like army ROTC people though? I don't know how they're connected to everything.
Right?
'Cause there's the two frats, but who are they?
Have you noticed, like, back in the day, like college kids looked like adults, and now they don't?
Because we're all going
Like,
through
yeah.
like existential crises in our 20s now. It's like,
Yeah, like
we wear backwards hats to act cool, act young.
Yeah. But like when you look at like old yearbook pictures from like 70s and stuff, or pictures of like, you know, people in school, they just look like grown-ups and like adults.
Well, here's my theory. It's because you associate like that style of clothing and haircut with the grown-ups because they're older than you, but that's just the style that they grew up with and they continue to wear it. And now you associate that with the old people. It's like our
can see that.
generation is like spiked hair. These guys in their 50s are spiked hair. You're like, you look like an old guy. Remember when look, I looked at your yearbook and you look old back then. It's like, well, I just spiked my hair back then. Now I still
that'll be horrible. Like
yeah.
old hipsters and, you know, spiked hair.
Sure. Yeah, but that's the way it's going.
I heard it was because of like hormones and stuff they put in food. They're like, that's what I
saying
heard
that-
somewhere.
are you saying
of
there's
course it was being
Well,
What?
their faces just look more grown-up too.
yeah.
Are you saying there was more hormones in the
Or
food?
now, like the preservatives and stuff.
But he's saying that they looked older then than now. Are you saying the hormones are
yeah, I'm
keeping
saying
us young?
that's what I read somewhere, but you know,
It doesn't
never
make any
trust the
sense. I feel like it would
internet,
make
or always trust the
you
internet,
older
whatever.
looking for some. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's preserving us.
yeah, that's good. Fine. Because I was thinking about this the other day. Can I just let me walk backwards. Like, living forever is probably not going to happen anytime soon, and not really something that sounds awful in a way. But can I just
Maybe like a brain in a jar or something.
Yeah, that sounds bad. Can I at least I would like to, if I could, just look young, and then I still age on the inside, but I just look young, and I'll just die looking 28 or whatever. Well, I'll be like 80 years old. I'll die. That's cool. Or even better, can I look young and feel young, but then just suddenly die in 60 years from now? Like that would also be really, really nice.
Well, you're forgetting like when guys age, they just like get more handsomer.
Yeah, totally sure, but I'm fine with that. I want to look like this all the time. I think that'd be cool. I feel like just looking young is totally with like almost something that science could do. Like, you look the same, but we can't stop your organs from aging. So like what I'm saying is like what seems possible is like looking young, but of course like my ankles hurt and my knees hurt will probably still happen. The next level of science would be like your body still stays young, but it still just expires suddenly. So like you can still jump well. You're like, I'm 80 years old. Watch me do a backflip. That's the next level of science.
But would you really want that though? Because then if you look young and everything, your friends don't look young still.
Well, I mean, everyone could do it. Everyone could do it. I'm not.
I suppose. Not the booze.
Wait,
That was pretty good.
What?
it's the replacement horse.
So they're
Their
being like
house is so like decrepit.
they're being like evicted, and that guy was like carrying like jugs of, or what are those called?
Just a case
Bowler?
of beer.
Carboys.
Yeah, whatever. And then he tripped and
Growlers.
yeah, I think I just started screaming growlers. That's the word I was looking for. That was really funny. This movie has very few funny moments.
What about the part when he like breaks his back on the ladder because he was peeping?
That wasn't funny because he should have died.
Whoa.
Wow, Jared.
Wow.
It's like he should have just died.
So they lost some kind of lawsuit, and now they're being
Because
kicked
the
out.
mayor's daughter was drunk and stuff.
That poor car.
Oh my gosh, I want that sweatshirt that just says college on it. It's really
Like, Vincent
good.
Adult Man. I went to the college.
Yeah,
I went to the college.
I'm so dumb. I should have made a bootleg version of my school's jacket, but it should say, instead of like Cal State Fullerton, it would just say like college on it. That would have been really funny.
Same font and everything.
Oh, I go to college. I went there. Where? To college. I went there. Look at my shirt.
I would just like everyone to know that was disgusting.
It was.
He just drank a whole bottle of Jack Daniels in like 5 seconds.
Wouldn't that kill you?
He'd definitely be throwing up.
Yeah.
I think technically they just use like really like strong iced tea.
Yeah, it's probably iced tea or
It looked
apple
like
juice.
Coke to me, but
Yeah.
Strong iced tea.
the fact
It
that the
could be
bottle was
Coke.
Jack Daniels kind of made me want to throw it.
What if it was like what's that thing like Southern Comfort or
Hennessy.
yeah, Fireball.
I love Fireball.
I stopped drinking a while ago.
Could you chug it though?
I don't want the memories
No,
to come back.
God, no. No, what we would do is we would sit in the class and we would take shots in class. And we would just chase it with.
The teacher never noticed.
Oh no,
You're like far back because you're a cool kid.
we sat in the back and we just literally took out
Yep.
shot glasses in from our backpacks and it was just doing shots in the back of the class.
In school, did you sit in the back of the bus? So that's where the cool kids sat.
Yep.
In school, I learned. Terrible. A little bit, yeah.
Did you?
Up until like
What,
the important parts.
Isn't that funny?
junior,
Like people
senior
pay
year.
money to go to college and they just like get drunk and like not utilize their advantage at all.
Someone here that was just talking about taking shots in class.
Yes.
I actually have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since you guys are all older and everything, and
We are.
What a baby.
Yeah.
and I'm still just a young flower waiting to bloom.
How
Why
old
is-
you is?
Oh no.
I'm like -2.
Don't do ages
You're
on the
still
podcast.
like just two cells or something.
He's a youngin.
Yeah. Why is college so expensive?
Oh, because
Because of
government.
corruption
Because
and
of your
money
parents.
and
Because of your parents.
competition, I guess.
Because of baby boomers.
Yeah, they screwed up everything.
Yeah.
They voted to repeal a bunch of laws that probably protected college from.
Oh, the worst though is like it's not. If you have a college loan, you can't just get a bankruptcy. You have to pay that until you
it's-
die.
Yeah. The other
Oh,
thing
yeah.
too is like I think it's still California law where you actually can't charge for college, but the colleges they just like it's free. Well, there's thousands of dollars of fees. And there's no restriction on the fees, so it's a big fee thing. Like you pay like $20 for college, and then you pay like $2,000 in fees.
Fees.
Yeah,
I mean, there's ways to do college. Like you can go to like a Cal State Fullerton where it's like really dirt cheap and
Cal State Fullerton is like
utilize all your financial aid and
it's voted the best value for a college. So it's actually
I've
one of the
seen it
cheaper
with
ones.
UCR.
UCR.
My school, don't you talk it. I'm offended the way you said that.
UCR? I don't think I've even really heard of that.
I am so offended. Yes, UC Riverside.
But the other thing
UCs.
too, the Cal State Fullerton, like it was like OC's best value. I don't even know. It's relatively cheap in comparison to some other colleges,
weather.
which says a lot about the other colleges. But it's also like the best or one of the best. It's really high up there for business degrees. It's like one of the best rated for the business program. And in terms of like difficulty, so comparatively to like how hard it is, which I would kind of to some degree a correlation to how good of an education you're getting, it's up there with like Harvard and other schools. So if you're like you have to put in like almost the same amount of work to get an A in the average class that you would have to like to get a Harvard A. It's somewhere. It's like, those are like Harvard's like 10 on the list, and Cal State Fullerton's like 25. So it's kind of a good college, kind of.
It's respectable,
Depending on the program. All colleges are dependent on the program that you take, but there's some value there. Again, price wise, it's strong in the price wise.
And
Also,
technically,
it was mentioned-
Ken Jeong went there or something.
It was mentioned in what was it? Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, Crazy Rich Asians,
yeah.
And James Cameron graduated from there, not with the film degree though, with the communications degree. So, yeah,
You know that show Community with Ken Jeong?
yeah.
In that character's bio, it says that he went there.
Oh,
But
really?
In the show universe, not in real life.
So wait. So Ken Jeong, both characters from Community and Crazy Rich Asians went to Cal State Fullerton. Did they know each other?
But only in the non-real life.
That'd be so crazy. That'd be so funny. Mm-hmm. Both his characters are like Cal State Fullerton. That's hilarious.
It's a good place. I mean,
It's all right.
I want to know why Ken Jeong loves Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, what's
so
his
much.
deal?
Like, he did not go to Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, I don't think he could go there for like nursing or
I mean,
anything.
there's like a big Asian population in Fullerton.
Yeah, there's a decent amount at that school.
Too bad.
We have a really good animation department. That's it. I don't know. Something about DreamWorks. They work with DreamWorks or something. We used to have a gigantic Kung Fu Panda. I don't know why I keep saying we. I don't go there anymore. They used to have a
You're an alumni.
I am an alumni, but I'm
So you can say we.
no. I hate that because that's almost the same as when
Okay.
people go, "We beat you last night." My sports team, the one that I own, we beat your sports team, the one that you own. No, you don't.
What about when the husband says we're pregnant?
That's weird too. You're not. She is.
You're pregnant.
Oh, you both are? You both are having one? That's a weird. How did that work out?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's odd. They used to have a gigantic Kung Fu Panda statue. That's what I was trying to say when I was there. Next to the gigantic ice cream cone statue.
Was it on Ingress?
It was. I think actually, I don't think I did the ice cream one. I did most of the one on that campus. So for all you playing Ingress or Pokemon Go, you're welcome. I did a lot of them on there.
Thank you.
For a very small, you didn't go to Cal State Fullerton. Sorry, I did do a lot in my areas. I did help populate a lot of portals, or as you kids call them,
Pokestops?
Pico chops.
Oh, geez.
Pico chops.
You know,
Sounds like Pikachu pork chops, and I don't like that.
Maybe have you ever had one?
I would rather not because
You might love it.
It's a
It
rat.
might be so good.
Pikachu's a rat.
He's a rodent.
I don't want rodent pork chops.
You don't know that.
Actually, if I may interject,
Okay.
Pikachu is actually a Pika, not a rat.
Okay, well, you don't know anything
is a rodent
because
as
you weren't
well.
even alive when Pokemon came out, so you shut up. It's a rodent type Pokemon. Is a rodent.
Wait. So how old you is?
No, not on the podcast.
-2.
Privacy.
Like I said, -2.
He's a youngin.
Yeah.
He's before
you can just
Pokemon.
type it
That's
out
all you
in
need to
chat.
know. Or after
I
Pokemon.
don't even know. I'm just guessing. I didn't do the math in my head.
-2. We only, the only real numbers here.
He's going to be born in 2 years.
This is just like his spirit.
This is my computer set up in the womb.
No.
What's going on, guys?
Nice.
If you actually play this episode back, you actually won't hear him at all.
You gotta wait 2 more years.
You gotta wait like 18 years, and then you'll listen to this episode again, and then you'll hear him. It'll be very weird.
Just give away his age, because
It doesn't give away his age.
what you just said. I mean,
No, it
'Cause you
doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't work that way.
this guy.
Whoa!
I didn't use his real age. I just put 18 as a placeholder number.
18, I wish.
This movie has like a lot of people in it. I
does.
don't know.
There's a lot of people in it.
I don't know who's doing. Why is there so many people it's jumping around between?
Oh, gosh.
Wait. Are you old enough to watch this?
That's
Oh,
what I was
yeah.
just about to say.
I've seen worse.
That's,
Wait. Is Amdid here? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, where's Am dead? Hey, they could be friends. They could get along.
What was that movie we were watching where there's like a nude scene and Amdid was here? And we're like, and Amdid's like guys, I've seen boobs. Okay, it's no big deal. It's funny.
Guys, you don't need to worry. I've seen breast.
Breastises.
Chicken breasts.
Chicken breasts.
Gosh.
Okay, we only count in our species. Like,
What? Oh, I was like, why is she screaming?
now,
It's because a
was
bunch of people are
college
getting
really
in.
like this for people?
Gosh, I feel bad for them. What are they doing?
They're being a racist.
They're only 18. They don't know how to drive.
How could you let this happen?
They hit every single car in that entire.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Unless it was
Okay, so
intentional, what is wrong with them?
Here comes the car chase scene in the action movie.
Hey, but those cars can survive that though. If it was like a modern car, it'd be like totaled.
Yeah. But also, they're still damaged.
They reminded me of criminals. Wow.
This is going to be a very lower scoring movie for me.
Is there a plot to this movie?
Yeah, that's what
There is,
so.
but it's hard to follow
gosh,
because we're
there's
not
so
really
much
paying
of this.
attention.
Can I play this? Hold on, let's see. Does this work?
125 speed?
Yeah. Yes, there is. Can I do that?
Really, Jared?
People can follow along.
I don't think people really follow along. I don't think anyone in history has ever followed
What
along.
if someone wants to follow along?
2 times speed.
The
You
integrity.
just tell them, I'm turning it to 1.25 speed, and then tell them when.
I feel like most,
And then they can follow along.
if they're watching, I feel like a lot of the ways that you watch videos don't have that option.
Like
don't know.
Netflix or something.
Get a VLC. You're good.
Yeah.
Get a VLC media player.
I just don't. I mean, I can't believe we have like 30 more minutes of this. Maybe Tiffany will get on.
Well, movies back in the day had like 10 minutes of credits, so
Yeah, I'm hoping it's half 20 minutes of credits.
Tiffany's at a concert. I doubt she's gonna get
She
on.
just messaged me like 20 minutes ago.
She's probably
What if she,
exhausted.
what kind of concert?
Virtual Self.
What is
Electronic.
that?
This is Porter Robinson's
like-
new. I don't know why it's a different thing.
Well, I guess depending on how she acts at like concerts, she may or
Yeah.
may not be exhausted.
Well, she was like, I spent so much money on merch, so I'm hoping. I was like, I don't know. Does that mean you're on? I don't know.
Has Tiffany ever been to like a Bieber concert?
also, she has to drive back from San Bernardino.
Well, I don't know if she was messaging me from the concert or from home. I think it was from the concert, so she still needs to drive home. She's never been to Bieber, but I think she went to Aranya Grande.
She went to my concert?
Yeah, Aranya Grande
I have an
concert.
amazing voice.
Is that like a Starbucks drink?
Yeah. A Grande Ariana.
I want the Ariana Vente.
Ariana regular.
I want the tall
Better be those
Ariana Vente
Hell yeah.
caramel.
A Robusta Ariana.
Oh,
Very robust.
round.
What is happening? Oh, you know what might be fun? Let me try this.
Is he gonna smash? Oh yeah, he's gonna smash a beer.
I wanted to smash one that's full. Do that and I'll be impressed.
He should be bleeding.
Got a low sugar glass.
I want to
I
eat
wonder,
it.
would it taste good?
I think so.
It's
You could do
sugar.
Esperanto.
Here you go. Is this working?
Oh yeah, subtitles are good.
No, wait. No, I wanted this. Oh. Wait, is this auto translate? Oh, wait. No, is it translating?
It already has subs.
No, I know, but I want.
Translating English to English.
Yeah, I think it's translating the subs that I provided to English. I want like auto transcription ones that are all funny and bad. I don't think that's an option. I don't think that's an option on this.
Wait,
That's-
in like a different language or something?
No. I want auto generate transcription.
But they like
Ju-
detect what they're saying.
Yes.
Oh, where
yeah.
it doesn't know what they're saying. Yeah, I got you.
Voice to speech. I don't think that's an option on this. I thought that would have been really awesome.
It probably just like defaults to the subs because it assumes like, why would you not want that?
Yeah, I think it means auto translate from provided subs, which is not going to work for us.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's auto translate, not auto generate. That's what I want. I want to generate subs.
I like how she's just like oh okay.
Yeah, did you just walk into her house?
Like if I was naked and some guy walked in, I'd be like, what the fuck, get out of here, you know?
I was gonna try and call you.
I guess they know each other, so it's not that bad.
Weren't they the ones trying to do it in the car?
Yeah, I think so. Well, some people, somebody was.
Because if they were, then I'm
they're the
sure
ones-
she's fine with him seeing her naked.
Wait, is she the one with like the bra that they couldn't open, or?
No.
She was one of the ones in the
It's because she was trying to do him, but she's naked there, and that's not his house. They were doing the deal. So that's why he's mad.
Yeah, guy butt. Get out of here with that.
No, more guy butt.
70s version of Harry Potter.
Joking.
Wait, what is? Wait. Okay, that was weird.
Yeah, that was like. Are they going to cut back to that and explain what is happening?
Is she like a bunny boiler? Oh no, never mind.
So is this guy Draco?
Yes.
Oh, this movie's a marathon.
It could be worse.
That's Snape.
What was like our worst movie ever?
What is our worst
that you could
movie
barely
ever?
get through.
Dang, I think I remember really hating the Emoji Movie. I don't know
Wasn't
if that
that
was.
one where?
I feel like that's perfect for this podcast. Though.
It's.
Or maybe not, I've never seen the movie.
It wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. I thought it was good. I was pushing that agenda for months, and Recipes was fighting me so hard on that. And we finally got around to doing it, and it was like it wasn't as funny as I hoped it was, except for the part where I was like, if they freaking unformat this phone, I'm gonna lose it. And then they do something, and the format starts reversing. I'm like, you can't do that. And I lost it. So you go to the end of that podcast, you'll just hear me yelling a bunch about how you can't unformat a phone, you can't cancel it.
Wasn't like I remember like you really hated
I'm gonna try to pull up
the Big Lebowski, and like you're like, when's it over?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I never really super enjoyed that movie, and I thought it was really boring. I don't remember hating that like to a degree where I was like frustrated with it. I'm trying to think of what was like a movie that I was like just.
You don't like Turbo Kid?
We actually just didn't pay attention to Turbo Kid, so that's kind of different.
I don't think I wasn't there for that one.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure was pretty boring. I felt like I remember. I'm looking at these and I'm trying to like if I don't remember the movie, it was probably boring. But it doesn't mean I was like frustrated with how long it was. There was definitely one where I was like, I can't wait for this to end. Let's see. I'm scrolling through the old episodes.
Yeah, I remember there was one where like you're really close to like just like ending it.
Ending it all.
Yeah. Whoa, edgy
I
over
feel like
here.
it was one of the spoof ones.
The spoof ones. What does that mean?
Didn't we watch that shark one?
Oh yeah, those suck real bad. You're right.
Yeah,
it probably was
like,
one of those. It probably was one of those. I'm trying to think. We haven't done one in a long time because I banned those. Mm-hmm. It might have been that stupid shark one. You're right. That was just straight up boring. What?
Was it Ninja Shark or something? Stupid.
Avalanche Sharks. Avalanche Sharks.
That's right.
What's that studio called that just makes those bad ones like Sharknado and all that?
Isn't that sci-fi? I don't think maybe that's not what you're asking. Maybe that's not the studio. Yeah. Also, because I'm looking at the title, that's Avalanche Sharks is episode 18. Avalanche Sharks, and the subtitle is Rabbit Cast is having issues. So there was also that was also super frustrating because we were having. I think that was the day of the big fight. I don't know which one, but the fight, and so we were also having issues just watching the damn movie. So
like that boxing fight.
Yeah. So combine that with like a really boring like movie.
Yeah.
Why did I hear like blood splatter in this movie?
Oh, because some guy barfed.
Oh, I thought he's like stabbed him or blew him up with his mind or something.
That'd be cool.
MacGruber wasn't too great.
I wasn't there for that either, but I thought that should have been better.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think.
I think
it was hard
fell
to follow.
asleep at that
Yeah,
movie.
it was hard to follow. Like we're like, I don't know what he's doing, what his mission is. Rubber was like the best movie ever for this.
Oh my god, yes.
I thought Rubber would have been bad.
No, the podcast
like no
episode.
dialogue.
The podcast episode is bad because we were like kept trying to listen and so intently watch. That's actually not a good episode.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Arrival.
Tammy and the
Was
T-Rex was
Arrival?
one of the classic best episodes ever. Like that was one of our
Oh
first
my god.
nailed it episodes.
Oh damn it.
What was that movie with like the 10 Ike Barinholtz like themes?
Wasn't that disaster movie? That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, I got scared that might have been one that we lost, but it's definitely
Good Burger.
I don't remember. I think Good Burger didn't fit the podcast.
I don't remember either. I just remember the Jason Statham thing that's still on my Facebook page.
Yeah, that was so good, man.
I remember we did lose a Goofy movie. I think you weren't really into it anyways.
I think I complained about that one a lot too. But we'll redo that one, another one when it's like
it's just like nostalgia. It's not that good or something.
When we get to like episode like 100 or something, I'll probably put that back on the list. Because I remember that one worth doing. I remember I thought I had some really good burns on that movie. And I was sad that I lost.
Before Buffer Buddies?
Arrival was literally like the first movie night we ever did. That was way before Buffer Buddies.
That was like a serious viewing, actually.
Yeah,
it was.
No, because Buffer Buddies was going to be my way to watch movies that I wanted to watch. That was like my whole motivation behind it. So we watched that and we were like literally watching that, but we were kind of talking, but we're like, oh, shut up. Like it was the opposite of this. So that was like the first or second movie night because I was like, let me put all the movies on that I missed. I'm going to watch Arrival.
But Arrival was overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Very much so.
Yeah.
It's like, just because you know a language doesn't like make you have all these abilities. Like
it was just freaking Interstellar. It was the same plot line. It was the same plot line.
If the aliens are good or bad, or like what was the point of the aliens? Like
because that's not the point of the movie, which is what people argue. And then the problem is my friend, like this girl that we know, she's like, okay, well here's the thing, and a lot of people say they don't like movie till they learn about this theory. And it's like back in the old days, they used to not have a color for blue. I'm like, yeah, and then they discovered that the color blue. I already know that theory. That doesn't fix the movie. It's still just Interstellar. It's the same Interstellar movie. I don't care about that theory because also it doesn't the idea is that the different point of view could change how you view the universe. Great, I get that. Okay, the way they told the movie was still through Interstellar's same plot line. Yeah, you time loop yourself back. It's all time loop. It's just a time loop to tell yourself the information so you could solve the problem at hand. Same movie. It's the same movie. So that's what I really didn't appreciate about it. And I also like Interstellar better because it had black holes. If you're going to do that, you might as well go full blown sci-fi, dive into a black hole. So cool, and then actually use real math to calculate what you think a black hole might be, and have a computer generate it. That's the closest. That's way cooler than a fake language that doesn't exist.
I will say when they get into like that 5D space near the end, it just like gets dumb again. Like,
well, because in a way I disagree with you, because it's like we literally know nothing about what would happen inside a black hole. Nothing. We know nothing about it. So having an abstract speculation is just as valid as like anything else we know about black holes right now. Why not? Like, why not 5D? I don't know. They think another universe in there. Could be another universe. Could be time dilation. I don't know. Whatever. Like, it is kind of silly. But the other thing too is that's not just a black hole. It's a man-made black hole. So you don't know. If we could make black holes or wormholes, I guess. I guess no. Wait. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not a man-made black hole. Sorry, the wormhole's man-made.
Black hole was real, then yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know then. It doesn't make sense, but like it's still the same idea. Goes in a black hole, goes back in time, plants all the seeds of information that he needs, then follows them, and then that leads them the secret. Yeah, cool, whatever.
And then, Neil Tyson deGrasse made like a really good point that like, if you're on Earth and you have this big issue with like a...
Oh, like yeah, I do remember this being funny. Yeah. What did he say?
And like, so he's saying like, if there's like this big, huge like plague of like, all the plants are dying and stuff like that, it's probably a better idea to fix the Earth than to like just go and spend all this money and leave the Earth. It's probably cheaper.
Yeah. So also, I remember that. It's like if you have that much money to do that, then like why aren't you like investing in like fixing stuff? It was kind of
Yeah, and they have like genetic engineering. They can make some better corn that will live, and or something.
Yeah. But I did like that. I like that movie enough.
I like the part when they got in that water world. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I was just so like that made me so frustrated though, because like they just lost 50 years because they landed on a stupid planet.
I was gonna say like it's dumb. Like wouldn't they be aware of the time dilation and like
they did, but they're like it's worth the risk if because that person was transmitting their signal or whatever or whatever it was, and they're like if that's a place where we could live, it's worth the risk, but. It's so frustrating for them to land and have that not play out. I was like, no, it hurts. They just lost so many years for nothing.
And then I felt bad for the guy on the ship for like 20 something years.
Same. Like it killed me. Yeah, he's all old.
Wow,
it's like insane. Yeah.
Like, could you imagine that? Like 20 years of isolation.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
And then everyone comes back and they're all young and they're like out of breath. Like that was like 20 seconds worth of stuff. Because the other thing that was crazy too was they actually spent longer on that planet than they intended to because they had such a hard time getting back to the ship and getting out. It was like, like we're going to go for 15 seconds, but then it went bad. And it was like, oh, they wasted like 30 seconds. They went, yeah. Frustrating. It was like craziness.
That's such a sacrifice to, give your team.
I liked in that movie too, there was like a tweet when it came out. They're like, only men would be on a different planet in a different galaxy and still get in a fight or something really funny. Mm-hmm. Like, look what's at stake here, and they're like in a fist fight on a different planet.
Yeah,
like, of course.
That was kind of funny.
What is happening? Wasn't that the lady?
Parade.
Wasn't that the lady? Oh,
Leslie.
Is he gonna like assassinate the guy in the car or something?
Oh, it's
gosh.
gonna be JFK. Is this a JFK joke?
Or like Franz Ferdinand?
Wasn't this too soon? Wouldn't this be too soon?
They're predicting JFK.
I think JFK was like early 60s. This is like late 70s.
It still seems too soon. I don't know.
Oh, there they are.
Pretty edgy. But I think they're trying to do like a Franz Ferdinand thing.
Oh, yep. This is a World War I documentary.
But I don't know enough about Franz Ferdinand and how he died.
So basically, like that, it was like the Archduke of I think Austria, and they had like a parade kind of like this, and some guy just came out of nowhere and like shot him off the street.
Well, I know he was assassinated. I just don't know like the details. Like so.
But because of that one guy, it was a World War I. Kind of tall.
So they got expelled, so they're probably gonna like break the law now. That's good.
Yep,
Just dig your grave.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They're in a frat. They can't be that smart.
But they're not in a frat. The frat was closed down before they were expelled. But now they're expelled before they. It's just like cut your losses at some point.
You should get that mic for the studio.
I do. Yeah. They're probably really good. Really high quality.
You should also get a fedora and a trench coat like those guys.
Classy.
And then get like a speech.
I think that is actually a fedora too. Good job.
Like an actual,
and
not like a trilby.
Yeah, not a trilby. Yeah.
I think the one on the right kind of looks like a trilby.
I think the trilby.
It's like smaller.
Well, the trilby has the lip up is turned upward in the back, I believe. Yeah. I think I could be wrong. It's been a while.
The Reddit special.
Yeah.
I used to have a
I love this song.
It's my jam.
Is that public domain now? I feel like that's a public domain song.
It might be.
That's good.
Wait, here we go. Here it comes.
Why is
mustache though?
Yeah. He looks like a hipster. Wait, do they all have the same watch? That was the same, like the third time they showed that watch. I want to rewind that now.
Like ad placement from that company.
Or they just were like, we'll just film the same arm from 3 different angles and then we're done. It's a fake float. This is good.
Troll float.
Why is that in? Oh, I was gonna say why is that in Russian, but it's Greek.
Why is that in Russian? The communists. The communists are out there.
Togetherness.
Where do they get elephants from?
Well, I don't know. Well, Calcium Fortunes is an elephant because they had elephant races there. So how does anyone do anything?
What the heck is an elephant race?
They raced 2 elephants or something.
How abusive was it?
It's probably a little bit. They probably don't do it for reasons.
like poke them with a stick. No, but they have a pretty thick hide. I mean, it probably doesn't hurt that much.
I just don't understand what an elephant race is.
Oh my lord!
No one notices this weirdo just like marching with a trench coat
and doing a bad job, and yet he's not even in the.
Yeah, and they're just gonna follow him.
Are they gonna follow him? No, they wouldn't. They're not robots. They're not.
Okay, when it's marching band, they kind of are robots.
But it's clearly not the guy. They're not. This is the man who raised me from a kid.
Like the floats.
Also, they'd all end up like going out of time. He probably doesn't know what he's doing, and he stopped for the longest time.
The wall's gonna open. Watch.
That wall is pretty shaky.
Oh yeah, like those guys.
Oh my god, that hurt my musician.
But there's no way that he would have just they would just run into the wall. Their eyes aren't
I
closed.
can understand like they're like auto mode, but still.
Yeah. There's a
Maybe
wall
they
in
are
front of me.
robots.
They just pile up. No way.
And I think like those floats could probably break that chain. Or yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. That for sure wouldn't happen.
Well then.
Whoa,
Whoa.
that's you, Jared.
True story. Where did they get that footage of me?
Thank you. Wow.
Yep, we're watching Mad Max now.
Why
This is
is
cool.
there a Mongolian on their float?
Yeah, I
Why are
don't.
they dressed as Mongolian?
Wait, is that Genghis Khan?
Okay, that's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. So they crashed over over the hydrant, and now the hydrant is spraying through the mascot's face. It's kind of good.
Those aren't actual rifles, sir.
And they're not in the army. Are they? Who are these guys? I don't even know.
I'm guessing it's ROTC in a college.
This really
See,
is
this is
just. World
And they
War
pretty
One.
much believe they're in the army.
Yeah.
I feel like
In
this
real
is
life.
what trolling should be in real life, not what it is actually.
Well, this is like destructive damage.
Like if people trolled like this, it'd be amazing.
People can be dying. Like
I know this is causing lots of injuries.
Like,
What are they doing?
Wars. It's World War One.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
I guess they are causing a panic. So
Yeah, this is
and
this
the
is
floats were like breaking but kept driving, and then people were falling off of them. They could have easily gotten run over.
the hands. That's pretty good. The togetherness, hands shaking hands broke
Now
apart.
they're promoting more racism.
Yeah.
With
wow.
the white hand and the black hand splitting apart.
Also,
This
that
one,
mortar would
no.
not work. It's not sealed very well.
Also, they just landed right next to each other, but I don't understand
Yeah.
where they are. Why would they do that? Like, that doesn't seem like that would be beneficial for any reason.
Yeah, why would you want a smaller float?
Oh, that's actually okay.
Oh,
It was a float within a float.
It's just
It was
like
a
was that
Trojan
linen on?
Trojan
Was that
float.
linen on the front? That little
Batmobile?
bust.
Oh, yeah. What's in the front?
It looks like linen.
Lenin.
Oh, the crazy guy's a pirate man.
Okay, it got cooler.
Yeah, this is some pretty good, like, fun, kind of funny production value with all these floats and stuff.
This is a good action movie.
I'm enjoying this part of the movie. Okay. Oh,
Pirates versus the army.
wait. Did they help him up there? Or were they?
I think they're just inept.
Oh my gosh, this guy's like parkouring his head like
Wait,
crazy.
is that linen or?
I don't think
No,
it's
that
linen.
was
Or someone from the college.
the statue of the guy you saw in the very beginning.
Oh yeah, they probably cut the head off.
Yeah,
Is that what the Simpsons did a head cut off
think
the
so.
century joke? Okay. Because I did feel like this movie is going to be one of those things where I'm like, oh, that's so cliche because this is the movie that invented
Like
those
this-
cliches.
Yeah, this movie is probably parodied like everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, this would kill somebody.
Yeah.
Those people are hurt. Those people are now have to go to the hospital.
Maybe they just jumped off. You know.
That would cause you to go to the hospital.
Yeah, but they're using movie physics for like everyone's
Yeah.
like.
In reality,
Bacon
this
is
is
so young.
this is a terrible thing.
How has no one commented on how young Kevin Bacon is?
Kevin Bacon's in this movie?
He's the army guy getting trampled right
No,
now.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't
He
even
looks
know
just
that.
like a piece of bacon now.
That's why I haven't commented on it because I didn't recognize him. Did you say he's like a piece of bacon now?
Yeah, he's all flat and crinkly.
Just
You know.
stamped down into a piece of bacon. What was that?
That's just like a joke.
That was weird.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird to insert that into the movie that does not had that freeze frame and then some words. What?
Right?
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, look, it's the gum girl.
Oh, they got married for some
And,
reason.
and it's still the same piece of gum.
Oh, they're doing it for everyone now.
Oh, I think these are like the
Explained
credits. These are the
Or are they
credits.
showing like what they
Yeah, what they're
became
doing right now.
after?
Yeah, but that's
After
still
they
it's
graduated,
still
or?
weird how they're doing it. It's just kind of out
Yeah.
of the blue.
Because usually movies do that like at the end.
Yeah,
or
all at
like
once.
The credits, yeah.
I do like that the credit, the subtitles were like in falsetto, like when he did the high
Yeah.
voice. Like that's very good. Whoever subtitled this movie, good job.
They know their terminologies. my pet peeve is when people are like subbing a movie and like they'll use like a technical jargon word, but they won't know how to spell it. Like,
Oh yeah.
wouldn't you just like Google it or something?
I have a feeling that that's because it was like I'm pretty sure that pretty much every subtitle base is done via like a machine learning out like YouTube or something like that, and then they go and clean it up, and they never caught that.
Oh no.
There are some companies that like pay you to watch content and sub it.
I think they still start with a machine engine one now, because why would you write from scratch when you could have a human? Human just proofread. It's way cheaper and way faster.
But also, I feel like people subbing probably aren't technical, so they won't know anyways.
True, that too.
They'll just like try their hardest to like type it out phonetically or something.
But that's what I mean. It's like the machine did a bad job, and then the human didn't catch it. So, especially the free
bullet go through the glass and probably hit somebody.
He killed someone.
Yeah,
I just killed.
These are real bullets.
Yep, those were real bullets.
But technically, they're supposed to put
killed
lead
in Vietnam by his own
They can-
troops. Okay, sure.
Well, he looks like he's a danger to society anyway.
Is that the kid
Yeah.
from? Is that the kid from?
Rudy?
The baseball movie that everyone watches as a kid. Forever Sandlot. Is that the guy from Sandlot? Grown up?
Maybe that's his dad.
Because it really looks like him.
It could be his dad.
I don't believe
The
Sandlot
fat
was
kid?
filmed before the 70s.
Oh,
Yeah, Sandlot is like late 90s. This is like
Yeah.
late 70s.
Well, then maybe it's his dad. Yeah.
A cousin.
Why is he yelling at police?
This is before police shot first and asked questions later.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
But Divorce 69, nice.
Sure.
Oh, I thought he jumped off the
like a
roof.
real
No.
pirate.
I thought
What
he
is
was
that?
gonna like dive on her.
What is that banner made of? And what the hell is he doing? This is terrible.
It's Grand Theft Auto.
That is a kidnapping, I do believe.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Aggravated, you know? Like,
What was she doing this whole time? She was like,
it's funny, she's all like trying to cover up, but she's already covered up for the most part. Like,
yeah, it's
back then
less
it's just
revealing.
like-
It's less revealing
yeah.
than a bathing suit. But also, what was she doing? Oh, these guys are stuck. Okay, so these guys are just robot people then.
I mean, didn't they come up with the bikini in the 60s,
there's
which is like
there's-
minimal fabric?
Yeah,
More
I know.
marching band people
So-
running away.
The Marching Man people are stuck. They're just marching forward forever.
Oh, look, she has a Stockholm syndrome already.
Yeah, within those 2
Already.
seconds. Wow, I
Wait,
didn't.
But then they didn't say
Okay.
what the crazy guy did.
Yeah, I don't care. He probably died.
Which
No,
guy
it-
was the,
they said-
that
they
was the
said-
crazy guy.
That was the crazy guy.
It said he became a senator.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Okay, guys. If you're listening to this, thank you for listening to our podcast, Buffer Buddies. If you want to know more, go to bufferbuddies.com. We usually do this every Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time, although it changes. The best place to find out more is bufferbuddies.com. I create a Facebook event on there, and I try to keep that as accurate as possible. So you also follow us on Facebook, UpDownLeftDie on Facebook, or Buffer Buddies. You could RSVP to those events. It'll go on your calendar or whatever if you prefer. But that also gets displayed on the website. And again, I try to update that as soon as I can or remember, and try to, if I time change, I'll change that, whatever. If you want to know more, Buffer Buddies, join our Discord or whatever, and that's where we do it. You can also, if you want to tweet about it, use the hashtag Buffer Buddies. That's the one that we monitor. We could also tag it with hashtag BBEP62, so we know, so any quotes or whatever get tagged with the episode number. That we could all find the funny quotes that you guys enjoyed together the most. And again, if you are listening to this, we really appreciate it. We're very small, and if any listeners at all, we are appreciated. But please spread the word. Tell your friends about it. Again, we're just doing this kind of for fun. It's for our community. If you want to join in, we always appreciate it to have people who love to chat along with us. Only kind of requirement is to have a pretty good microphone and have some clean, no background noise. Another thing about us is me and Tiffany, we do Twitch streams Mondays and Thursday nights at 7:30-ish p.m. Pacific time. So come and check those out. We're a variety comedy stream. And sometimes I do VR on Sundays, and we have a whole stream schedule on our website or whatever. Now what we do is we rate the movies based on if we think it's good for this format, for watching movies together at watching. It's a bad movie night, so we kind of give it a rating. Not if we like the movie or not. So if you love this movie, it may not be the best movie for a movie night where we're making fun of things and having a good time, but we rate it based on that. And that's probably going to be it from us afterwards. So does anyone have any ratings?
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Break the ice, I give this movie 10 out of 10 Torpedo Bras.
Okay.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with 1 out of 10 Greek Harry Potter characters.
Okay.
That divide,
I gave it 1 out of 10 problematic circumstances.
Okay. This is very serious. I was probably gonna give it like a 3 out of 10 eating all the food. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna roll with it. 3 out of 10. Oh, dang it! I tried to make it into a noun. I did not think of this through.
We'll help you.
I got it. 3 out of 10. Growlers dropped on the ground, and then the guy screaming.
Dang, Jared, we're very generous today.
Yeah, that's actually one of my lowest ratings ever. There was good moments in it. That's a problem. This movie could have been so good. There is gold moments. They're just like 5 in this whole episode. I thought we're like there were. I did give it very much applause in very specific situations, but it was so lacking in between those.
Though that part with the kid and getting the Playboy bunny like through the window, that was pretty funny.
That was all right. I thought there was some better parts, but there were some good parts in it, but they were sparse and whatever.
Well, I think it was funnier because we're like, it's Jared.
Yeah, it's funny because of me. I made it funny. Don't give the movie all the credit.
John Schwartz, I think you're the only one that thinks that.
Anyways.
Whatever.
So that's it. We're going to get off now. We're going to play Grand Theft Auto, so come on by for some Grand Theft Auto. Goodbye.
Bye.
Just kidding, not bye. Thanks, Monk Turner, for using your song. I didn't forget. This is part of the same recording, not edited at all. Okay. Now.
Welcome.